Joe Barton, who's the chairman of Energy and Commerce, and I'm a senior member of that committee. I'm on the health subcommittee. I was there with him and all the rest of the Texas and the Republican on the committee. We didn't give them one single solitary vote to where Obama could claim it was bipartisan, because it wasn't bipartisan. Yeah. And we crippled that bill, and crippled it to the extent that though they have 40 vote addition on us on the House floor, it passed by 5 votes. We sent it over to the House, a crippled bill, and then those doggone sorry senators went taking bribes and bribing one another. I'll tell you something. I'm going to look into that when we get back up there. I remember a Dies committee, the Martin Dies committee, un-American activities. Maybe they went a little too far sometimes, but they did get all the commies out of Hollywood and got them out of the State Department. And we've got to look and put our country first, put this hands on this hemisphere. Let's look after our country and our young. Let's get those boys and girls off that desert over there. Let's win, have a winning run, bring them back, and then let them fight for their own liberty. I'm tired of fighting for liberty for people that didn't want us over there and don't want us over there. I lost the support of the Dallas Morning News about 12 or 14 years ago, because they asked me what would I do. We had 450,000 kids on the desert. Oh, that was really an energy war. It wasn't for the Emir of Kuwait. We don't like him anymore, and he likes us. That was to keep a bad guy, Saddam, from getting his foot on half the known energy in the world. But I didn't understand why they left and didn't leave them defenseless and destroy their ability to make war. I don't understand still why they didn't. And they asked me what I would do to the news as I was going before them, what I would do if I was president. I said, first thing I'd do, I'd level Baghdad. Now stop and think about that a minute. 12 years ago, if we'd leveled Baghdad, we wouldn't have the 5,700 youngsters that are not with us anymore. Because MacArthur said the object of war is victory. And we've got to start thinking about that. I'm appreciative of all those good people that came to D.C. for the party up there, for the Freedom Party. And it was just great to see them and see them there. And I'm sick of some things, and one thing, they've had enough. Let me tell you what I've had enough of. I've had enough of those czars up there. Amen. 34 czars. It's dang near room for impeachment. Yes. Let me tell you, and we better look into some of those things. And when a president goes over to France and England and Germany, and says we're not a Christian nation, trying to make them love him and hate us, I don't understand that. We are a Christian nation. Yes, we are. On Christian evidence and Christian rights. And I was a judge for 12 years, and what I remember is that the bribe is against the law. You promise that person down there in Louisiana the funds that would make her much more popular with her own people, and the other bribes that went there. I think too, when we get back, and if we can take the floor back, unless we get the floor back, we can't do anything to those people. If we take the floor back in November, we can organize an activity that has subpoena powers, and I want to bring those people before us who offered those bribes. It's worse to offer a bribe than it is to take one, or it's equally as bad. Yes. I'd like to get the Speaker, and I'd like to get the Leader of the House, and I'd go to the top person in this country and make them take the fifth right there in front of them, and let us find out just who made those bribes. Don't you know who made the bribes? I do, and you do too. I just think that it's high time we start taking care of our country and looking at our country, because there's a great rising of true patriots all across Texas and America. And we saw the fruits of their labor in Massachusetts. Golly, that was great. Somebody told me that thought they'd had an earthquake up there, and they checked a little further, and it was Ted Kennedy turning over his grave. What I didn't really like about Obama was the Bible he was sworn in on. You know, he was sworn in on Bill Clinton's Bible. That's the one with 9 commandments in it. Let me just talk a little about the Massachusetts miracle and strength of the Tea Party. This country, the Tea Party is a great thing. I'm not getting a lot of the votes of the Tea Party. I'm endorsed by the Tea Party head of my county because he knows me and knows where I am. But I'm also endorsed at the federal level by Dick Armey, and you'll find some literature here where he's written me an endorsement. He's the guy that put the show on up there. And I'm anxious to work with the Tea Party people. I say to them, if these other guys have got to you and talked to you, there's some good people in this race. Keep your word with them if you told them you were going to vote for them. But when this election's over, I want to get with them and build that Tea Party. I want to give them an office in D.C. where if they can't go see their people, they can come to see me. I want to be a boss. I want to be an ally. But I'd like to see the Tea Party get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I'm working on a deal with Dick Armey now to bring that Tea Party $1 million. We can beat 1,250,000 if they bring them here to the heart of this district or somewhere in Texas. I think that might be the next step, but we need to keep it alive because it's a great movement. And when I'm endorsed by my own guy that knows me better than others, I don't know, I've made 5 or 6 or 8 speeches, but I've been working. I've been up there on the floor working, and it's a pleasure to and an honor to. And I work hard. And I'm old. I'm 86 years old. And I can outwork half of those guys up there. I ran 2 miles this morning. I run 2 miles every morning of the world. And I work hard. And I'm proud to work hard. But I'm looking into the faces of the people that I represent that I love. And I come home. I don't go golfing or I don't go hunting or anything. If I have a week off or a day off, I come work out some of my district and find out what you want. Before I announced this time, I went to see every chairman of every county in our district. It was I guess in December toward the last there. One of my opponents came by and said he was going to Hawaii. He'd be gone 12 days. Those 12 days I was here, I went to every county. I went to every one of your chairmen, and I said, do you think I'm too old? You know, I tell them I wouldn't have a whole floor full of 84-year-old guys. But do you think it hurts to have one old geezer that's been there, that knows what's going on, to say, hey, you guys, wait just a doggone minute? That's what you got to do. And I'm not pleased with what some of my opposition are doing and saying. I think I have a good reputation. I've worked hard for it. I don't want here to sunset of my career to be slandered like I've been slandered. It's not fair, and I wouldn't slander back, but I'd rather lose a respectable race as to win one with bigotry or insulting people or trying to hurt their character. One of these candidates had about a $20,000 bill for a full-page ad about he was for term limits, and he led you into looking at his center part of his bill that pointed toward the way to get in touch with him. And when you looked at and touched that part of the computer, he said that the incumbent has never been for term limits. Well, that's an outright you know what. And if you'd had anybody that checked on it, I voted 5 times in the 90s for term limits. I'm for term limits. I'm for term limits, and I had a bill for term limits. Joe Hall, where are you? He's in here somewhere. He and a group came to me about 3 weeks ago and asked me to reintroduce the term limits bill that we had before because of the decision up there in Massachusetts. That people are more thinking more like those that were early parts of the century that said the house, the lower house, ought to be the people's house. And I think it should be the people's house. If my bill had passed, I'd have been gone in 6 years. And that would have been fine with me. I think we ought to do what the Founding Fathers said. Have new blood in there every so often, every 6 years. And then let the Senate do what they want to do. If they want to term limit them, why work that out. But we needs to have some continuance of the way that we go. But get the lower house is the house that makes most of those decisions. I'm disappointed that this man would misrepresent the facts to the people. I wouldn't do it. But I even got an award from the National Term Limits people. That's how, obviously, I was where I was on it. Those are the things that I don't like. Now, there are a lot of things that I do like. I like the way the Republican Party stayed together up there. I like the way they voted when the first bailout came. I'm crazy about Georgia. father flew in the Navy with him in World War II. I knew who he was. He didn't know who I was. He was the son of a